a brewery representative told me that I was so far ahead of my time because people don't even think about going into other markets yet. They just establishing their own footprint. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? I gotta do this thing. But the road has been long, but I feel like we're turning the corner and getting that momentum, obviously with the huge support that we've gotten here tonight, and there's only bigger and better things to come. For hip hop, for craft beer and hip hop, and all of us as a community as well, so.
Awesome. Well, I want to ask Gipp specifically about music in Atlanta. Things are different 30 years later. The music's a little different here.
The executives.
Good, bad, or indifferent. It is different.
The executives are different.
Is that it? Tell us about that. Give us the inside scoop.
The executives are different. No, we were raised by LA and Babyface. So for us, it's always been about a certain level of professionalism, a certain level of craftsmanship and musicianship. So for me, I just think that the reason why the industry is what it is because we have a whole bunch of people that don't love music, they love money.
I heard you very recently on an interview talk about the LaFace way of doing music and specifically doing hip hop, how it was very different for you all as a rap group because Babyface and L.A. Reid demanded that you had hooks and bridges.
And bridges.
Yeah.
And they didn't let us do what our counterparts were doing. They didn't let us do what the West Coast was doing. They didn't let us do what New York was doing. They wanted us to make sure that we made records that would last forever. And if you think about the first Goody Mob song you ever heard of song, Get Up, Get Out, and Get Some, and Cujo and Timo didn't want to call it a while. Those two records solidified Goody Mob. So our first time being able to express ourselves, Organized Noise made sure that we did our best. They never would let us do halfway. They always made us do our best. And I believe that's the reason why, the youngins of our crew are the best. That's why CeeLo, that's why Dre, that's why Big Boy are the best. They're the youngest. So we have been able to get and feed even through them for us to have more longevity. So music for me and for Atlanta, we have to stay out front to make sure that Atlanta doesn't change in what we believe in. It's cool that other cities in the drill and all that kind of stuff, but we didn't get here that way. We got here by making great records that meant something. And that's how we're gonna stay.
So does the consumer need to demand more? What can we, as a consumer,
I just think that the consumer right now needs to learn how to venture out into other places. When you have 3000 put out a flute album, he did that for a reason. He did that for a reason to change the frequency of what our people are. You know what I mean? And he just opened up a whole new genre in hip hop that gives now the musicians and the producers a way of making music without the rapper. So I feel like, again, we're breaking barriers. And Cujo just put out a new album right now. If you want to hear some hard shit, if you want to hear some real shit, we always do that. You know what I mean? So Dungeon Family all year long, we've been putting out music. So our thing is always just to stand on the principles that Organized Noise taught us. So for me personally, I say we will keep Atlanta sacred because we will not stop coming outside and representing how we were taught. And that's the Southern way.
And we appreciate that, for sure. Chris, the question to you is about innovation in craft beer. Where do you see our industry going? If you had a crystal ball, where would you like it to go? But where do you actually see it going? You're in this brew house every day, brewing beer, selling, keeping the lights on. What is the future of beer in Atlanta and in Georgia and the South?
I think the thing is so up and down, but what it seemed like is that a lot of bigger breweries it's kind of like if you're in the middle, and the bigger breweries sometimes like starting to go out. Smaller ones still floating, you know what I'm saying? Still floating. But I think it's getting to kind of like this. Like in neighborhoods, like in small communities, you still float. The people that went out and did like way too big, you know, they're starting to fold. And sometimes, I'm gonna tell you, we get in here and brew, we don't have no automated nothing. Everything we do is all hand. And we get it. Putting grains on our back, lugging it, everything. And you know, I think a lot of the big breweries with all this, and I'm not talking bad about it by no means, but when you get, as old people say, too big for your britches sometimes, and you know, next thing you know, the wall's falling down and everything's crumbling. But I think if you try to stay on your level, and whatever your level is, you do all right. You ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, it ain't nothing you gonna be some rich whatever, but you keep the lights on, keep smiling faces, keep people happy, and you happy.
So staying small, nimble.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, staying around and because like here, man, we see a lot of the same customers that we love.
Yeah, your regulars.
Yeah. And when we get busy, shit, a regular will hop back there and get the pole. You know, and we got that kind of connection with people around here. But I think, you know, when you get so big, sometimes you lose connection with your customers and stuff like that. And I think sooner or later, if you get too big and people not rocking with you, they'll let you know.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you can sell. So, hey, stay true.
For how many people, is this your first time coming to this brewery?
Welcome. Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys.
Come back, bring a friend. This is the kind of place where you can come to and actually meet the person who brewed the beer. Like, he's right here. He's in here every day.
So it's me, the guy with the beard. Where's Alan? Oh, he's outside. Wait, listen. That's our little small brewery back there. So everything on the tap is back here. Yeah, that's where we brewed it at. And yeah, it's everything. You know, at one time, Down Home was distributed, which we cut back to 250 stores across Georgia. Targets, Trader Joe's, you know, stuff like that. Total Wine. Total Wine. You got it. I bet. But yeah, I mean, we've been on a long journey. Down Home has. When we first came out, you know, we got a lot of little pushback, but we survived and we still moving. This October that just passed is actually 6 years we've been on the market.
That's fantastic.
So, still chugging along. Still chugging.
But for only 6 years, there's been it's only been 6 years ago
Right.
that there is a black-owned brewery in the state of Georgia. Like, that sounds ridiculous. Especially in Atlanta, that is black AF, right? Like, black mayors since the 70s, like, this is what we do. So, less than 1% of breweries in the United States are owned by people of color, not just black people, black, Asian, Hispanic, anyone of color, less than 1%. So this is an anomaly. It is a place where we can come and feel seen and at home. You can have a beer like South Spoken that is approachable, that's gonna go with a lot of things, and it really does mean a lot to the people who run this place every day that you're here. So if you have it in your heart, please come back, bring a friend, make sure you come back to Tucker and visit Down Home and the other breweries here in this space. I would love to take some questions from the audience. If there are some, any questions about the beer, about Gipp, about music, anything. You say anything. Here we go. I'm gonna bring you the mics because we're recording. I want to make sure everybody's heard.
Good evening. I got a question. Is there any plans to bottle it or can it?
Yeah, actually, we everything's not canned, but a lot of it is canned. And if you want to buy like to-go beer, that little cooler right there is in there. Because at the present moment, we stopped distributing. So we're looking for well, we're going to go to a new distributor, but not right now. But yeah, we can.
I got a second question.
Okay.
Since you can or bottle it, can one of my establishments.
Okay.
So for both of y'all.
Chris, talk about the process for having beer put into an establishment.
So, okay,
There is a process.
yeah, let's get legal. Let's get legal. So let's get legal for a minute. So in the state of Georgia, even though we brew our beer, we can't self-distribute. So to get it, you would have to go to a distributor to purchase it. Now, if you would like to purchase some here, you can.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
Understood.
all right.
There you go.
I'm gonna shut that up. We good.
Next question, please. Everybody's clear? We're good. Gipp, how could he get some of your products in his location?
Oh man, we got a warehouse downtown. Anything you need. Anything you need, King. I got you. Yeah, Edgewood, we got a warehouse downtown. Anything you get from sleeping gummies, Delta 8, sticks, vapes. I got pain gel. Man, I got this pain gel called No More Pain, man. You know, I'm telling y'all, it's some of the best you can get on the market. If you got any kind of pains, arthritis, any of that kind of stuff, broken bones, all that kind of stuff, it's really good.
Broken bones.
Broken bones.
Sound like Tussin, right? Works on everything. Miracle drug. Any questions? Any more questions?
How you doing? How you doing? My question is, are you ever, I know you said you weren't big on drinking, but do you ever feel like you'll jump into the IPA world?
I think I might need to holler at my homeboy, Cujo Goody, sitting right beside me. Like, I'm gonna tell you one time, man, we went to Japan. Joe got some Sapporo beer. That about knocked me on my ass. So I've never been able to really take the dark beer, but if I could find something that I could stomach, I definitely would like to get into the stronger beer. You know? Yeah. Lord Jesus.
I don't have a question, but I feel encouraged. My name is Andre. Our business is precious metals. So when I see other people that are the only one that looks like them in their space, that's always encouraging. It's different spaces, people that have been doing this for a long time, so you're not the only one that, like you say, sometimes it's not that you don't provide a good product, you probably provide a top tier product, but support is always the number one thing that our people don't get. And tell a friend, I always tell people, we like to keep things under wraps. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the services and the goods that you provide. So that would be my encouragement. To us as a people, because that's the thing that we don't do.
You know what? I like that you said that. Because see, when I see memes when they be like, don't tell people what you're doing, I be like, well, McDonald's goddamn, they promote every day. Why are we not supposed to promote every day?
The only difference that we have is marketing dollars.
Right. But
our product is generally better, and our service.
True that. And what we're missing are the marketing dollars. But in our community also, we have to get away from that mindset that if people know something, it's gonna stop you. Man, these people do shit every day. They ain't gonna stop nothing. So it's about you putting in the work. And we as a people got to get away from so many myths that stop us from being great. That's all I'm saying. You can do anything you want to do, but you got to have the mindset to know that you gotta at least go learn the knowledge first. That's it.
That part.
What's up,
Because
man?
knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me introduce myself. I'm William Moore, operations guy with Down Home.
Hey.
Nice to see y'all. Man. Shout out to Lynn. Where's Lynn at? Man, short story, like Lynn, fraternity brother, I wouldn't even been a part of this if it wasn't for this man, right?
Okay.
Yeah. He introduced me to Chris, God, over a decade ago.
Okay.
Like, long time. But question for you all, this is a fun question, all right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna switch it here. Big Gipp, your first beer. If you have a memory of that or what it was, and then Chris, the first time you fell in love with hip hop.
That's
What was your first hip hop song?
I was stealing some of my daddy Paps. the man was on the Paps, man. So, that's what I was on, that Paps, man. That's what a UPS drink after work.
Chris, your first, when you first fell in love with hip hop, or your first memory of hip hop?
Well, okay, I'm about to tell my age. So, back, me as a teenager, I cannot remember the segment, but it used to come on B103. What was it? Yeah. So that's when, hey, I get my little tape out, hit record, and listen. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first little just all that. Yeah. That was my first little just dealing with different styles, different music, but I love my Atlanta.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Straight A.
Yeah, we do. Any more questions?
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Nice to meet you. Funny little story. So I met Lennox. He was my Lyft driver, taking me to work every day in Alpharetta. So we got to talking, and he was talking about his love of hip hop, and he was like, "I want to introduce you to Gipp," and I was like, "What?" So it's nice to meet you. I'm glad to be a part of this event right now. It is mind-blowing to see so many, elevated minds in one room. So praise be to God for all this right now.
That's dope.
Hello, Chanel.
Dang, hot. Okay. What's that?
This question is really for Chris. I'm gonna say beer geeks that Jim pointed out. Anyway, what would you compare this Pilsner to? Is it more American Pilsner, German Pilsner, like style-wise? I'm interested to know a little bit more about styles. We know what you made it with the build and all that. Can you tell us a little bit more of comparison?
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this, and it's gonna sound crazy. A lot of the beers I do, we got our own style. It may have a touch of this, a touch of that, whatever. But we pride ourselves on having our own different styles of beer. It may be sometimes made up on something, but we may twist it. So I would say this is not, it's not really an American, because American is basically like your Bud Light, Miller Light.
It's not bad.
Right.
And it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not like a German, and I know it sounds crazy, but I think we pride ourselves just on making our own different styles of beer. A lot of our styles, you may go somewhere and get hints of it, but it ain't the same. And I'm not saying that to be, smart ape or whatever, but that's the only way I can because I don't have plenty of people try like different beers and just like, you know what, it kind of give you the hint of this and the hint of that, but it's not that. So, and that's what one thing, try to do is just try to always push the envelope and just create different stuff. Might not like it, you might love it, but it's different.
Right.
I think we have time for a few more questions, maybe 2 more before we transition into the party. Are there any more questions?
I just want to congratulate Gipp on the move and the whole team. It's good, like the sister just said, about seeing our folks going into a different avenue. And it should inspire everyone to invest in what they got going on. So I just want to congratulate you. You know, I've been down since day one, and I appreciate what you're doing. It's a whole different lane. And then it's inspiring that you could pivot from what you've been doing to go into a different lane, and it's just the beginning. So congratulations to you and the whole team.
Man, thank y'all. Thank you so much, man. What y'all don't know, that's the man that owns DBS Sounds on the south side. And he has been helping us get our records out to the community for 20 years, 25 years, man. We had a great event at his spot last week, man. We went and signed autographs for 2 hours on soul food, on vinyl. And it was a wonderful thing, man, just to let people know that, you know, 25 years later, people still love your music, man. You don't know how gratifying that is as an artist.
Thank you, brother. And I'm just messing with you, but I got about a trunk full of soul food in the trunk.
Anybody want some vinyl?
We'll get to it on another time.
I got you. Love y'all
Does
so
anybody
much.
know
Man.
if Georgia's winning? Sorry, side note.
My daddy from Alabama, my mom from Georgia. Who I'm going with? Who
The
won
party's
this?
over, everyone. Good night. Go home. God bless.
Did you tell me Alabama won?
That's what they saying.
My daddy won again.
Are there any more questions? Speaking of longevity, speaking of investment, I heard someone mention the word investment. The proceeds for tonight are to benefit High Gravity Gardens, which is Lennox's vision to bring a new brewery concept to Metro Atlanta. There is a rolling PowerPoint back here. Please make sure you see it. Take a look at it. There are QR codes around. If you feel it in your heart to donate, please click and donate. It can be $5, $10, $20, whatever. As you know, it's brick by brick in this industry, and every little bit counts and helps. There's a Zaga bar in the back. There's the confectionist cake bar up here. There's food for everyone. I guess the tailgate bus is still going on. I guess there's other games. I don't know. I guess, let's say. Before we go, I want to give just some last closing remarks, opportunities for each of you gentlemen. We'll start with Chris and then end with Gipp, and go Chris.
Well, one thing I want to say, I'm going to tell this dude, me and this dude go back and forth like damn brothers. But I want to say this, when I started getting interested in this brewing game, I reached out to a lot of brewers. Nobody would talk to me, nobody would tell me nothing. The one cat that did, me and him met up, had a drink, and he was like, hey, I will help you in any way I can. And we still cool to this day, and I just want to tell him thank you. Let's talk.
Yeah, Tom, goddammit. Look, man, everybody that came out, man, thank you so much, man. I found a new family in Tucker. In Tucker, man. I've never stayed on this side of town. Y'all gotta understand. Now, y'all know in what, 90s?
Y'all ain't come over here.
We didn't come over here. They were out of town. I mean, Southside. But hey, man, Tucker. Hey, man, this is where the new Atlanta is. Tucker and Douglasville. Them the two Atlantas. Them the two new Atlantas, man. And right now, I think we ought to dig in and turn this into what East Point and College Park and everything else is, man. As a family with everybody. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for having us. Everybody that showed up. This is just the beginning. I'm looking for partners, investors, everything. Let's get together all together and just go and do something different. I'm good. It is, man. Love y'all so much. Love. Zion.
On that note, thank you again for being a part of this VIP experience. Lennox, do you have any last words before we transition to the rest of the night?
I just want to say that we about to reset the room because some folks talking about they want to dance. We got DJ Poppy, Goody Miles official road DJ, so we about to turn it out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let everybody, get up, get another beer, refresh, get a little more food. We're gonna reset the tables a little bit. Yes,
And
sir.
ladies, and if y'all have any time, if y'all go on y'all phone, Gipp got a new album out, R&B album. Yeah, this for the girls. This for the ladies. So Gipp and James Worthy, the new video will be on October 19th on BET. It's called Out of Control. Yeah, we got an actual EP together. And it's just the first one. And hey man, we see y'all soon. If y'all coming to the Winterfest, Goody Mob gonna be there, man. We're gonna take it down. I see y'all soon.